Hi there, it's Janice Thompson from JazzleDazzleCrafts.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I work in Scotland. I've come on today to share with you a card that I've made for a group challenge. I joined a group recently run by a few other demonstrators, one of them being Artful Stampin'. As you're aware, I have been following Ruth. I hope I'm not a stalker, but I've certainly been interested in what Ruth's been doing recently at Artful Stampin', and I've learned a lot from her. I have decided to join the challenge group that she's got, and it's called Christmas Stampathon. So the idea is that the four ladies who run the group, they set us a challenge, a sketch challenge, on the 25th of every month, and we have until the 24th of the following month to get to show what we've done. So the challenge is to make 4 Christmas cards to get ahead with our Christmas preparations. Now, I'm a bit late to the party. Everyone's been doing this for a few months, but I've just decided to join in, and I'm taking part this month. I think it runs up to October, so you know, if you've been doing it all year, by the time you get to October you've got a fair few Christmas cards ready. So anyway, they've given out a sketch challenge. I don't have a picture of the sketch here with me, but I can assure you that this is my interpretation of a sketch. In fact, theirs was sort of like, it was up and down that way with a banner on it and some kind of line going across the base. So I've interpreted it my way, and I've turned it round on its side. I've put my little line here because my eye, with what I did, this worked better for me, so I put a bit of ribbon here. You've got to go with what feels right for you, and that, for me, that was balanced to my eye. It may not be to yours, but to mine it is. So that's one of my wacky colour choices again. I'm using Gorgeous Grape and Bermuda Bay. So I'm going to show you how I made the card. The challenge is to make 4, and that's what I intend to do the rest of this evening. I've got all my bits cut out so that I've got my card bases, my layers, my white cut ready, and bits for my banners. I've got all that cut ready, so that makes that easy. But what I'm going to do just now is I'm going to do this background here. I printed these trees, stamped these trees rather, and the stars and the sentiment with craft white ink. And but I've done the background with alcohol. And those of you who have been watching me for quite a long time, be surprised. I actually went out and bought some Surgical Spirit, which is a high alcohol content. I don't think it tells you there, but it is about 100% alcohol, I think. I'm not sure. Does it tell you on the bottle? But it's a high percentage alcohol. Previously, when I've been doing work that required alcohol, I've just used gin because that's usually what I've got here. But I don't know what it doesn't tell me what percentage it is. But it is high. The active ingredient in it is methyl salicylate. Industrial methylated spirit is basically what it is, and that's 95%. Anyway, so I went and bought that so that I can do alcohol spritzing. So I've just used an old spritz bottle that I've got there. I absolutely must buy the Stampin' Up spritzers. I did have one and it seems to have walked from my craft room, but I'm going to get a couple because they have a finer spray than this, but this will do just now. So to do my background, I'm using Gorgeous Grape and Bermuda Bay and white card. Now what I'm going to use is the biggest block, and I'm going to take my two colours, open the ink pads. Oh, do you know what I'm going to get before I start getting in a mess? I have a brilliant piece sheet here which I bought some time ago. I don't remember the brand or if it did have a brand, but it's basically, I bought it for when I was doing blending, ink blending, so that your blender slid across and then onto your card. But it's good for all sorts of messy, because it's plastic and it's, you know, it's reasonably rigid and thick. It saves my pad getting wasted. So when I'm doing messy stuff, and I like messy stuff, so I've got Bermuda Bay and I've got, what do you call it, a Gorgeous Grape, and then I'll pop some, that'll do. I'm trying not to cross the colours with in the pads, but that'll be fine, because when I spray it, now I need to be relatively quick here and have my card at the ready, because alcohol evaporates, as you know, quite quickly. So what I'm doing is spritzing this with the alcohol and just letting it, this needs a wee spritz here, I think. And then I'm just going to take the card now, and obviously, like these sort of things, no two cards will be the same. Just playing, I will do this over a few times, maybe, I don't know. Just soak it all up. I'll do more. Can even do, say, opposite quarters, see how that goes. Do you like mess? I love it. Not everyone does, so if it's not your thing, you know, don't get somebody else to do it for you. It cleans up so well. And remember, the alcohol's got antiseptic properties, so do you know what it's giving? When you clean up everything afterwards, you're giving your desk and everything a good old clean. So, good old spritz of alcohol. The deal is here that, you know, the alcohol helps the colours to mingle, but then it evaporates off quite quickly. Whoa, just look at that, that's cool. I'm going to do that first on here. Just press it on, let it soak. This is just about playing. Now, I'm going to go over this loads of times, so don't. Let's pick up some of this on here. This won't be a short video, so if you want to fast forward, I'm not offended. This is a process, it's relaxing, and I'm just letting you share if you want to. Right, that's that used up. Some more, and there's more. do a layer of all purple, shall we? Lots of gorgeous grapes. I want to build it up to be quite dark. And how gorgeous is this? Just beautiful. When you're done and it's all dry, you might actually prefer the back to the front. It's all... It's just a bit of relaxation, to be honest. For me, it's just an excuse to flirt. Right, let's do one layer that's just Bermuda Bay then and see what happens. Just building up the colour, building up the depth and the shades. Who knows what you're going to get? Now I'll put this one on. Just let it soak in. You see the depth and the coming in here now. I'm going to do another Bermuda Bay and put it over here and then a purple over there as well. What do you think of the idea of planning ahead for Christmas? I've already shown you two other simple cards that would work for Christmas cards. And then we'll do some tags as well soon. Oh, a gory old mess here. It's almost like I'm just slowly dyeing this paper. Right, what do we need? More purple for this one. Right, here we go. Who's still with me? Are you still with me? Look, the alcohol really brings the colour up as well. Really, woo. Right, then I'm going to get this one in. Look at the interesting colour patterns round about as well. Oh, gee, it's so rich. Love it. Well, don't know where to stop, do I? What do you think? Do you think I should just leave it at that and see? Maybe just a bit. These are not traditional Christmas colours, but somehow I just like it. And when I get this block off here, I think we've got some interest underneath. Spritz. Well, we're running out of alcohol. That won't do. Do you think we should just let them dry now? I think this one looks lovely, doesn't it? Liking that one too. Just going to lay them aside just now. I will dry them off, but I need to get another piece of Whisper White because I need to catch all this ink. Don't laugh at me, but I really do need to. I think I'll just use one full sheet. Let's see what we've got. We'll just use up all this ink. I'm sure it will make a background for something. Then I'm going to take that off the... Oh, look. Put that down, Janice. You're getting a real mess. This won't be a short video, folks. Whew. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Who's having a heart attack watching me getting in a mess here? Right, put that one down there and get more of that. Where is my cloth? Okay, I've got a cloth that's almost soaked in alcohol here. I'll probably end up getting drunk on the fumes here. Might shift my horrible hay fever. Been struggling with that all day today. Right, see, block, spotless after all that. Oh, we'll deal with this later. Or will I just make some now? Will I just quickly do? Could make it worse here, couldn't I? Right. Are you ready? Yeah, let's see what happens now. The last of, there's not much alcohol left in here. I don't want to fill it again because yeah, I'll just evaporate in this bottle and next time I need it there'll be none left. Like that'll do, will it? I'll put a wee bit in because it's not really enough, is there, to make this do its thing. Just put a little in. You can buy, if you're in Scotland, UK, and you're needing some of this. I think in the US you call it rubbing alcohol, but for us it's surgical spirits. It doesn't cost a lot of money. You can get it in most chemists. Okay, so let's see if it'll... This sheet is great for this kind of fun. Right. Maybe I should have just done this all on this big sheet, just straight on it. I'm going to have fun with this later. I think once this sheet's dry I'll stamp on it or do something. I'm sure I can make it amazing. Enough to amuse me anyway. Right, enough. Okay, so I've just laid that aside and that will get used in another project. Watch this space. I might add in another colour, but we'll do that again. Right, clear up. Oh, there's my stamp set, which I've yet to show you and tell you about my stamp set. What a lucky lady I am. And how lucky are you? Because what you're actually getting here is a wee sneak peek of the Christmas catalogue, because I have been very, very lucky. I didn't get to go on the Greek island trip because I didn't earn it. Guys, you didn't buy enough from me. Look at my hands. I love it. I like being messy. Okay, so I have this stamp set called Most Wonderful Time. And demonstrators can't even pre-order yet. The only people really that had products were the people that were on the Greek island incentive trip. But one of the teams that I'm in Stampin' Up, you're in different teams, but one of the teams I'm in, is called the Pinkies, and Michelle Lass, the team leader of the Pinkies, and the Pinkies Facebook group is her group, and she came back from the Greek island trip with 2 of these stamp sets, and she set a challenge to give away this one, and it was just to post any Christmas projects that you've made to get everybody inspired and start making Christmas projects. And then all the people who contributed, and there were a lot. She did a draw, and I can't believe how lucky I was to receive this. So I actually received it along with a gorgeous card from Michelle, from the paper pumpkin. Do you remember the special paper pumpkin kit that we had in June, I think it was? I got one, and so I've yet to send out any of the cards I made from it. But this, and it's with a lovely message from Michelle, so I'll treasure this. I really appreciate that, Michelle, and thank you so much. I do feel really privileged to have this set, so that's why I thought I would use it in this Christmas challenge. So, Most Wonderful Time. So in this card I've used this Christmas tree stamp, I've used the old Christmas tree sentiment, and I've used this big tree, and I used this star. Now you will laugh because I set off to use these stars, and when I took the stamp out when I took this stamp out of the box, it bounced across my desk and I couldn't find it, so I decided to go ahead with the challenge, the card, and I would find it later. Excuse me. Oh dear goodness. I hope nobody else is suffering with hay fever like this. It's driving me bonkers. Anyway, so that aside, I'm going to dry off my messy ink, my alcohol-y ink sheets. Here you go. What do you think? Aren't they really, really rich? So I'm going to use this box because I don't want to waste my pad down here, and my silicone mat and my heat gun. Turn your volume down if you want to, or I'll tell you what, I'm going to switch the video off and dry these off and then show you, otherwise this video is going to be too long. Okay, so I've dried off the 2 bits that we inked, and now I need my trimmer, and I'm just going to trim. I actually just need 3 bits out of this, so I'm going to trim off the bits that I'm not so... What's that up that way? That bit's a bit lighter, so I'm just going to take that off, and I'm going to take this end off as well. And then I'm going to cut this at 4.6 centimetres because the banner is 5 centimetres wide. So one at 4.6, another one at 4.6. And I need one more. I'm going to take this lighter bit off this one. In fact, a bit more actually. Right, and then 4.6, and I'm sure I can use this bit for something else. Definitely keeping that bit. Right, so we've got our 3 banners. I'm only going to work with one of them anyway, but just to let you see the process. I'll make the other cards up later. So I'm going to take this really dark one. I really like this one. See how none of them are the same? And that's great. That makes all your cards individual. So we'll pop these over there and take this one and one of the pieces of Bermuda Bay that I cut already. Now here we go. Here I'm going to share a wee tip with you that I learned last night, or whenever it was that I watched Artful Stampin'. When she did her sample and to share the challenge with us to start us off, she showed a way of doing the banner ends very neatly that actually I hadn't thought of. I have done banner ends a different way, but she did it cutting scissors, but I'm going to use what she showed me to put the ends together first. What I learned anyway while I was watching is to put the bottom where you want the pointed bit there, and that's why I've got this bit a bit shorter than the Bermuda Bay, and I'm just going to tape them with this paper tape. It was just lying on my desk anyway, and I'm using the banner punch. Ruth did it with scissors. I've shown you quite often how to cut banner ends with scissors, but if you happen to have the banner punch, why not use it? So the backing card is 5 centimetres wide and this bit is 4.6. So there you go. Take that bit away, and then we can undo these. Oops. Keep that for something else. And then when you move that up a little bit, as you can see, it just looks just right. I haven't cut that. I'm not quite sure what length I want them to be, so let's have a look at, I think the length on here is about right, so I want to be cutting this just beyond that wee streaky bit there. So just about there. You don't need to be accurate. So now I'm going to stick this, I'm actually going to stick this on before I banner it. I actually like the other side too. Do you like that side too? Now, do you know where my tearing tape has gone? It was here earlier. Yeah, it's here. Right, I'm using tearing tape because it will help this to lie flatter because it's been so wet. And because I'm waiting for my Stampin' Up! Parcel to come, that will have some Tombow in it. And hopefully soon my snail refills will come. Don't want to come off. See these warmer temperatures that we've had? It really has annoyed my adhesives. Anyway, there you go. Got it. So now we're just going to line them up. Try and make sure we're straight. Then cut them down. I'll just put the trimmer away. I keep forgetting it. I need it again. So again, I'm just eyesighting it. I'm just going to pop that. Maybe a bit. Just decide to take another sliver off it. And if you've got a nice sharp blade, you can have. That's not hard to do. Okay, so that's that bit, and that's what I'm going to stamp on. So let's just get the craft white out, get the stamp set, and let's just stamp. I've left the stamps actually already on the blocks. So we have, look at this, oh, Christmas tree. So get some ink onto it, looks nice. Then I just line it up just along the bottom line of the banner there. Oh, Christmas tree. Pop that out of the way, and then I'll get my first card there for, I don't want them all, they'll all be different but not too different. I don't want them. So again, I had trees overlapping each other, one kind of going that way, there we go, 2 trees, and then some nice wee stars. The craft white looks quite bright when it first goes on, but it dries a bit softer. Maybe overdoing it now, Janice. That's the usual. Don't know where to stop. Right, that'll be enough. So again, you can pop that to the side and let the craft ink dry. This is not one of my simple straight. It's easy. It's simple to do. It just takes a wee while because there's 2 or 3 processes involved here. So then the next thing I need to do is the embossing. So just bear with me. Get my embossing buddy, my Versamark, and then I've got scrap paper over there. So we'll get I'm using the embossing buddy to get rid of any static and any oily marks that might be on here, so that the embossing powder sticks to the bits we want it to stick to. So then I'm going to get this scrap paper over ready. Firstly, I'm going to stamp on the outside of it. Get my Versamark, and where's my Christmas tree stamp? I bet I've put that away, have I? I hope I have, because I don't know where it is. Yeah, here we go. I'll get another block. My chair's running away with me. Right, so I'm basically just making a pattern using this tree stamp. Link it up. Stamp it down. Link it up. Whoa! Don't want that. Kind of random with a pattern. Haha. I don't want too many big spaces, but the middle won't matter too much really because the banner's going to go across. I'm actually going to come in and do upside down flowers now, I think, just coming in to the space. Trees, not flowers. I don't know where I got that from. Bit more in this corner, I think. Another fingernail. Let's put a bit in this space here. That'll do. That's fine. Now put my stamp out of the way. Always put the lid on all your ink pads because otherwise you'll end up with embossing powder all over. Right. Quite handy I've got this wee space so I can hold that there. So I'm going to open this out here and get my silver embossing powder and sprinkle it all over. This Versamark ink is really good because you would think in this heat that we've had it would dry much quicker, but it doesn't. It stays wet enough to be able to catch the powder. That's all we need it to do. Just going to lay that to the side just now and get this back into my pot. It back in the pot, put the pot out of the way, lid on before I spill it because, well, that's a reality as well. So bring that back in. Where did I put my silicone mat again? My heat gun. Actually the wee box was quite handy because it stops the heat. Oh, that's okay because the banner will go there anyway. Right, I'm going to lay that there and then get my heat gun hot. Turn your sound down if you don't want to hear the heat gun. I'm just letting this get hot before I offer it. See it changing. It wows me every single time. Making sure it's all hot. Right, I think that's us. Okay, that's the end of the noise. So that's that beautifully embossed. I'll just put my hot silicone mat out of the way to let it cool down. Still managed to work my paper a wee bit and get embossing powder everywhere. Never mind. Anyway, card base. This is all embossed very nicely. So this time I think I might just do things slightly differently, but first of all we need to put some tape on. I'll show you a wee trick here that helps with lining up when you're using tearing tape. If you see the way I'm putting this on, down there and then a bit across here. Now if you take opposite corners and lift this away just a bit and leave that out there, that one, fold it that way and then do this corner. So you have the two opposite corners, you have it pull back a wee bit so that you've got sticky at both corners. Right, so what you want to do is check that that corner looks about straight. Hold that there. And then when you're happy that it's straight enough, you just whip that out, stick it down. And because the heat embossing does warp the card a little bit, the tape helps to make it flat onto the base card. Alrighty. So that's my embossed background with the trees. That's quite pretty in itself, and you know, you could just do a wee sentiment or something, that would be enough. But we've got this bit to put on, so I want a bit of that ribbon. I have some lying about. I've got it in my reel, but I've got some lying about. You know, I think that might be too short, so we'll just basically I just tied a bit round here and tied it in a knot. So I need to cut that bit a bit. Not quite sure how I'm going to get my hands clean tonight. I find that if I go wash some dishes or go and have a shower and wash my hair, it comes off, but do you know what? I don't really care. Green hands. Maybe I should go and water all my plants, show them my green fingers. So then again, I'm going to pop this on with some tearing tape. Let's pop a piece right over the ribbon. I'll keep that from moving. And there you go. And there we go. I think we'll put a wee bit along the top here as well. Just want it to stay stuck and be quite flat here, so there we go. It's really quite easy to get off that tearing tape. I've known some to be much more difficult. So just line it up with the edge of the card, make sure it's straight and stick it down. And there you go. That's 2 done, 2 to go. I'm actually getting quite tired. I might not get them finished tonight, but I'll try. But anyway, I'll not bore you with the process doing it another twice, but it's the same process. As you see, these look a little bit different to each other, but that's the beauty of it. Thanks for sticking with me. You must have plenty of patience. And sorry, please subscribe, please press the bell icon so that you get notification when I've got more videos coming, and I've got loads more coming. I'm heading up towards my 200th video. I'm not quite sure which one what's going to be for my 200th one, but watch this space. There might be a giveaway for my 200th video. There certainly was for my 100th, but keep your eyes peeled. You never know, there might be, since I won this stamp set on a giveaway, you never know what I might have to give away. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you again soon.